I ended last year with apples and beginning this year with oranges. Today we are making a orange olive oil cake. Let's get started. First I'm going to take a large mixing bowl and we're going to sift our dry ingredients. I've got all-purpose flour, some salt, baking powder, baking soda, and granulated sugar. And once you're done sifting all your dry ingredients, we're going to add a little bit of brown sugar. This is going to add some moisture and richness to your cake. Now, let's talk olive oil. I use Cola Vita. This is not a paid advertisement. This is just really good, high-quality olive oil. And look at that bottle. Isn't that cool? I'm keeping that forever. Now, let's talk orange juice. Now, you could use already made orange juice. That's fine. But there's nothing like freshly squeezed orange juice, so that's what I'm using. Now it's time to mix all of our wet ingredients together. I've got 3 large eggs. I'm going to add my olive oil, my freshly squeezed orange juice, and a little bit of vanilla extract. And I'm just going to give that a good whisking until everything looks well blended. And once everything does look well blended, go ahead and pour your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients. Now go ahead and mix that together until you get a nice smooth batter. It's going to be almost glossy and have kind of a beige color. And I like that this batter is not too thick or too thin. It's like the perfect consistency. It's like very creamy. Also, don't forget, like I almost forgot, but put in some of your orange zest. That really will make a difference. But if you decide to skip this step, that's totally fine. It'll still be good. Be sure to mix that in there, and this is going to go in a 9-inch round baking pan. Once all your batter is in there, be sure to tap out your air bubbles. And this is going to go in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 30 minutes, or until toothpick inserted comes out clean. And it should look like this. Also, if you don't have cake strips, I highly recommend getting them. They help bake your cake more evenly, and it makes all the difference in the world. Now, we're going to let this cool for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, go ahead and take your cake out of your pan, and this is going to continue cooling. And while that's happening, let's make our glaze. Now, our glaze is going to be super easy. All I'm going to do is take some powdered sugar, some vanilla, and some of that fresh orange juice. I'm going to mix that up. And I just love how easy and quick this glaze is. It's so much better than icing, and it really takes your cake to another level. It has a nice orangey flavor, and it's just perfect for a cake like this. Now I'm going to drizzle this on top and make it look as pretty as I can. And again, I am a cake decorator, but when I'm making cakes at home, I try to keep things quick and simple. And I don't think it gets more simple than this. And once your cake is all glazed up, it's time to top this thing with a little bit more orange zest. And doesn't that look pretty? I'm very proud of how this came out. And now it's time to cut a nice big slice out of this. Let's try this thing. And, oh yeah, a little bit more orange zest. Can't forget that. Now, usually when I'm making a recipe, I usually know how it's going to turn out. But confession, I've never made an olive oil cake before. I wanted to try this out just to see how it was. And this cake really surprised me. It blew me away. Like, it's absolutely perfect. And here's a word that I don't use often for cakes, and that's refreshing. This is a very refreshing cake. I feel like this is a perfect summer item, even though right now we're in the middle of winter. But it really does have a great flavor from the olive oil, from the orange, and I just love the texture. It's super moist and decadent, but again, it's also light. There's a lot of things going on with this. I can't describe it, but it's really one of the best cakes I've ever had. I'm not joking. You really need to try it for yourself to believe it. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.